Good morning, January 23rd, 2023 on a Monday. Good morning. There's audio confirmation on that tab, and it should come up on this tab. There it is. All right. On a Monday morning, 9 o'clock straight up, well, 9:01 now, since I was dilly-dallying before starting the stream. Today's episode is Windows Daily number 141. We got a few people in chat here. I'll pop that out and say some hellos, make it bigger that you can see it better. Dennis says his next fortnight stream around 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Thank you, Dennis, for reminding me. I didn't have anything else queued up to remind me that I will not be streaming tomorrow. Not on Fortnite, not on Live Windows Training, not on Mary Poppins, not on CBS, not on NBC. I'm not live streaming anywhere tomorrow. I'll be out of town visiting relatives. Nada, hello, good day to you as well. Lawn Dog, looks like I'd be here today for you this lesson. Thank you so much. Brian, go 49ers. Martin Haw, good evening from Scotland. How do you say that? I don't know. Doug's don't know that kind of stuff. It's above our pay grade. Seldom bald. Morning all. It's a balmy 32 degrees Fahrenheit with snow flurries here. Ran Israel, hello to you. Bobby AV DVR, good. Lawn Dog, good morning, Doug. Everything seems to be working on YouTube. Everything, really? Or just my stream? Are you committing yourself that everything on YouTube is working correctly all day long, all around the world, and if anyone has troubles, they can turn back to you and say, I thought you said everything's working today on YouTube? Mike Wojcik, good morning. Yeah, Wojcik, that's right. Daniel Emberley, hello. Brian Houday, what? Zvi Minor, hello. Wow, 141 of Windows Daily episodes. Yes, indeedy. Speedy C, hello. Jim KGA, 3N Sports, meh. Yeah, it's about me. None of the Dougs around here are much into sports. Lawn Dog, oh man, I am being reminded I have to be very specific about my words because Doug will rip you apart. Ran Israel, hi Doug. On Saturday, you and Jeff mentioned mapping a Google Drive to a local drive letter. I assume you meant without third-party tools. Yes, indeedy. And I have not pursued that further, but it looks very apparent that you can do that for both Google Drive and OneDrive. I guess I'm going to have to go back and recapture those URLs because I wound up losing them at some point. Nick Poverman, hello Doug, hope you're doing well. Do you stay in contact with Leo? You mean Leo Laporte? He has no idea who I am. I do catch up on, or not catch up on the shows. I catch one of their shows, Windows Daily and Security Now, but I don't get to watch channels nearly as regular as I used to before I started live streaming because it just adds too much to my day. Bobby says, who day is Cincinnati Bengals? Ran Israel, can you demonstrate? That'll have to be another time because I have not gone through it myself yet. But yeah, I would be interested in demonstrating that. I thought you used to be on his show. On Leo Laporte? No, I was on a show. Let's see. MSP Live, I think it was called. I've been on a couple times, but I don't think any of them was named Leo. Ran Israel, I managed to do it with OneDrive, but every article I found relating to Google Drive mentioned some third-party tool. I don't think we need the third-party tool. I am interested in going back and doing that, so please keep asking me about that. Or I could make a note. Let's see, map, drive letter. Who's this? Ace. Nope, that's spam. Map drive to Google Drive. And what's the other one? OneDrive. You know the mind of a Doug. I forget things. And speaking of Google Drive, this router over here that I got from Kerry Holzman, where a client of his when they're trying to upload a copyrighted content to Google Drive, it was crashing the internet connection for the computer that was trying to send it. I've done a test with this, just uploading a 8 gigabyte video file to my Google Drive, and it worked fine. If somebody can get me connected with a copyrighted movie, movies are long, copyrighted movie off of wherever the dark places are that you get them, I would like to test that with this device. John Williams says, good morning. Let's see, did I finish all that? Doug, did you see or hear Jim's comment about failed NVMe drive from AData? Yes, I did hear a little bit about that. I caught a little bit of Ken Stout's show where he was talking about that. What he witnessed for the characteristics of the failure was interesting. I've not watched his video yet. I know he's done a video on that, so I intend to go watch that. John Williams says, good morning, Lawn Dog. These failures we're discussing recently here are very interesting in the sense that the drives seem to kind of work. They have odd quirks going on. Martin Hogg, hi Doug, love your channel. Still have my cloning problem with the Acer V3. Yes, I'm gonna read your email today and recap some other suggestions that you didn't include in that email and see if we can get you further along. We talked about that extensively on Saturday. Lawn Dog, maybe we should start to review how we approach certain kind of failures and detecting them. I'm kind of rethinking things down this pathway. And I probably need to watch Jim's video in reference to that. Mortant, hello to Doug and everyone else in chat. How would you like a copy of the movie, Doug? Nick, how would you like the copy of the movie, Doug? Is it a movie called Doug? There is a YouTube channel called, I think it's Angry Doug. A funny channel. And it's a grandpa named Doug that everyone's picking on. It's not his channel. It's his children's, or one of his kids' channels, or son-in-law, I think it is. Alan Spain, hi Doug and all in chat. So let's go. I'm going to hit chat comments, comments on videos in the chat first, starting with this oldest one from Tom K. Hi Doug, are you auditioning for the new Walking Tall movie? And he's got 3 laugh emojis there. So, Tom, if you don't know this already, I think you know it already. I'm clueless when it comes to remembering movies. I know the name Walking Tall is a movie. I can't for the life of me remember what it's about. I haven't gone to look it up. I have no idea what your reference is referring to. Is it just that I'm walking? I got my desk raised right now? Or is there something else about that movie that you put that on a comment from a video from Thursday, the Windows Daily from Thursday. So that was, today is 141. Friday would have been 140. 139 would have been Thursday. I had no idea what you're talking about. Sergeant Schultz. I remember nothing. About that movie. Yeah, he didn't say that. He was, I see nothing. I hear nothing. So there I remember something, but that wasn't a movie. That was a TV series. Suvi Genie. Otherwise, I wouldn't need to do this. But Windows 10 Home has a big problem with updates. Every time it restarts, it tries unsuccessfully to install the last few updates, then deletes them, saying undoing changes. It takes 45 minutes and I'm already fed up. I tried to stop it from downloading new updates altogether. In Services Local, I turned off the Update Orchestrator service and Windows Update, both on stop and disabled, and today it happened again that it tried to install updates even though the other day I manually deleted everything from the folder inside the Windows where updates are downloaded. I'm going crazy because I can't get rid of the problem. This video and this method are my last chance because I heard that the Pro version does not have these problems, only the Home versions have these various problems. And this is, he put this comment on that, how to upgrade Windows 10 Home to Windows 10 Pro. And I'm going to make comments on this in a moment. Shame on Microsoft that legitimate users who bought Windows directly from them a long time ago and paid well for it, they ignore. If I had known, I would have bought a key for 10 euros for the Pro version. I have not noticed that Windows 10 Home has more troubles with update problems than Windows 10 Pro. I've come across a lot of update problems with Windows 10. And I'm really highly suspect that that will fix your problem. It might. If so, that's a new fix on me. But here's my Windows Update checklist when problems are happening with Windows Update. These are all the different things that I know to go through, and various ones of these have been the solution on various different computers. But there's a lot of stuff that can interfere or break Windows updates, and sometimes I've just wound up scrapping it and doing a wipe and reload. But I've got a lot of things here, and that one that you suggested of upgrading from Windows 10 Home to Windows 10 Pro, I've never even tried that to solve that issue. So good luck with that. I hope to hear back from you. If you want to go over those other issues with us on a live stream, you could review the video that I just showed those things. You could pause the video and read those if you want to. They are not in any particular order. There's no assurance that any of them are going to solve the problem. But those are the things that I have tried. Some of them have worked, some of them have not. So that is a response to Suvi Jenny, I don't know. So I just did a copy of that, and I will go grab a link for today's video and then go put a reply comment to him. I will say hi at Control V paste. Whoops. Nope, I gotta do Control V. Yeah, nothing in my paste buffer that I can't give you. So I'll put in his name there, fix my typo. I had oh jeez. I-H-H-I with a capital H. I replied to you in this video, and that should still, whoops, no, his name came up as the first, so I've got to do Windows key V, and then I have to click on it. Oh, it came up out of order. Interesting. And reply. All right, then here we have a thank you from somebody regarding the Fix Adobe Acrobat Reader video. I'll click thumbs up and hearts on everything. Then we'll go look at Martin Hogg's email. By clicking thumbs up and hearts on everything, that clears them all out of the way. So here's on Martin Hogg's Acer boot problem after doing a clone. Now, to review for people who don't know, Martin Hogg told us that he used not Macrium Reflect, the other one, starts with a Acronis. He used Acronis to clone from one drive to another. Now, another question I have for you here, Martin, that I haven't asked you this before, is there was one point where you said you used the word sectors. When I went and looked at Macrium Reflect and I go to do a clone operation, because I just did one recently, I had the option of doing a active space clone. Clone meaning going from one drive to another drive. Image means you're going from one drive, making an image file, creating a file on the destination that is a backup image of the computer. But he did a clone. So he cloned from the source to the destination, but he used the word sectors. In Macrium Reflect, I had a choice of cloning the active file structure to the destination, or doing a sector by sector, which was also known as a forensic copy, where it copies everything including the blank space. Now, maybe if you try the other type of clone, that might be a solution for you. Also, in Macrium Reflect, there is a menu option. I should bring it up, shouldn't I? When I want to be showing things whenever I can, although I don't know if I'm going to be able to show this because I have not just done a clone. There was other tasks. There's an option here for make drive bootable. And I don't think I have, since I don't have a freshly cloned image in here, I don't see that here. And I don't think I'm going to see that menu image, but there's a menu option, not image, geez. For make drive bootable, fix check updates, fix VSS problems, Macrium image guardian. Yeah, I'm not seeing here, fix boot problems. So there might be something there about making the drive bootable after you've done a particular type of clone. So those are a couple things. Here's some additional info regarding the above as per chat. Make this bigger so you can see it, read it. There are no additional drives fitted and none extra shown in Device Manager. This is a laptop computer that I think has 2 spaces for a 2.5-inch drive. And I think it also has a slot for an NVMe drive, and it has a slot for an MData drive, which for those of you who were surprised to see that I wasn't very aware of MData drives, I am more aware of it now. And I have come across them before, I just never have to work with them. So it doesn't stay on my mind very well. I once again fitted the old hard disk drive and it booted okay. BIOS shown as 2013. We did find what the most recent BIOS update was for his computer, and I want to say it was 2013. So does that mean, did you actually get the BIOS version number? Have you confirmed that you have the most recent BIOS? I then fitted the old hard disk drive to the spare SATA slot and it booted okay. Oh, that's good. So the old drive in one SATA slot booted fine. In the other SATA slot, it also booted fine. So either of those SATA slots are fine. That tells us the problem is with that cloned drive somehow. I then fitted the new cloned SSD to the main SATA slot, no boot as before. I then repeated the process in the spare SATA slot, no boot. So my next step is to newly format the new SSD and repeat the cloning process. Newly format it and repeat the cloning process. I don't understand why you would do both of those. If you're going to newly format it with Windows 10 and verify that it will boot the computer, that's a good step to verify that that drive will work. And then repeat the cloning process, but perhaps with a different option. If you were doing a forensic copy, try the Smart Sector copy or whatever it's called in Acronis. And then the other option to do is from your source drive, make a image backup to another drive and then restore that image to the new drive. I will let you know how it goes, but I think I will buy a 1 terabyte drive because the customer has about 470 gigabytes of data, and that is a bit neat for 500 gigabytes. Absolutely do not put 470 gigabytes of data on a 500 gigabyte SSD. SSDs slow down as they get full. SSDs need a lot of breathing room. I don't want to see an SSD, if an SSD is over 50% full, then I want to contemplate, is that usage, is that person using that computer likely going to keep growing? If they're at 70% full, I want a larger drive. I don't want it to be more than 70% full. I haven't proven it in testing myself, but I've heard from others, and I've just had the sense, actually Big Beast Build has filled up the boot drive, which is SSD, and when it got full, it was noticeably slower. So yeah, that is way too close. So definitely go to a 1 terabyte. He says, thanks for all the assistance. Now, let's see, what else was there? Talked about BIOS. Talked about cloning versus an image restore and active sectors versus forensic. Is there anything else on my mind there? Well, of course, you could try it with Macrium Reflect. Now, I don't care. I'm not possessive over people using Macrium Reflect or Acronis. Acronis, currently, you have to pay for it. Now, if you have a free version of Acronis, a free version that came with a drive that you purchased, if that's from the past and it's not qualified for the drives that you're using now, my understanding is that it will only work on a certain brand drive, the free version of Acronis. But Macrium Reflect, you can use the free version. It'll do clones just fine. You don't need any of the paid version stuff for cloning with Macrium Reflect. So I think we've got everything covered there. I do have the redirect configured for Ken's premiere coming up, so I will end on time. Let's see. Alexa, set timer for 8 minutes.
Second timer, 8 minutes, starting now.
Thank you. Alan Spain, let's see, it says, hello, Kenny Whidden, ran Israel Long Dog. Kerry had a failure on an ADATA SSD as well. The only SSD he said that he ever failed that he installed. Oh, I heard people knocking Silicon Power, SP SSDs. I've been using them quite a while, and they perform just as fast as any Samsung, as far as I can tell. Speed tests are at the same level, so they're less expensive. So I'm using them fine. I don't have any problem using them. I have, let's see, well, no longer on my desk, but I have Silicon Power SP on hand, and I have Samsung Evo drives on hand. Greg Tillondog, Bright Tech had multiple ADATA drive fails. Kenny Wooden, I would use a Silicon Power SSD before ADATA. Greg M, I think he only needs a URL for the move, perhaps. Let's see, that's between Greg and Nick. I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh, Nick has retracted messages, so I don't know what that conversation's about. Martin Hogg, regarding Acer, I did a successful clone today from old 5 GB to new 1 TB SSD using Acronis. Said it was okay, but machine not booting. It boots okay from the old hard disk drive machine, but PC showing the Win 10 blue what? Blue stop screen displaying error stop code. Help! Martin Hogg. Acronis gives option to clone entire drive, bootable. Yeah, but that still doesn't specify whether it's an intelligent sector clone or is it a forensic clone. But anyway, you look for the alternatives or try Macrium. If you find that it works with Macrium and not working with Acronis, yikes! I'll be surprised. I jumped. I'm looking for more Martins. I can't do a search for it. My Acronis is the paid version. Okay, good. Let's see. Seldom hit me in orange. My experience was that the newest version of free Acronis will not work with older drive, which came with an older version of free Acronis. All right, so I'm going to come back up here and continue on. I've got 7 minutes left. I had no problems using ADATA SSDs. Nick, Kenny, I agree with you. I've been waiting 3 months on an RMA from ADATA. Their customer service is awful. Let's see, I'm just contemplating. Did I have other things? I did the chat. Oh, no, there was also chat stuff to reply from Saturday. So I'm going to scan through here a little bit. Which way do I want to go? Because I do have some comments that I stored from Saturday's session that I wanted to respond to. Let's see, here we go. 1256, Zavi Manor, if Martin decides to install a fresh Windows 10, he have to install the save one that was installed before Home or Pro. Also, you will have an activation problem. That was, I guess, in conversation about Home versus Pro. Sam Lazar, let's see what Freshdesk has to say. DougBetts, my day job has its own login for Freshdesk. My private client Freshdesk has a separate login. I did understand that. I'm not going to explain that to the audience now because that was from Saturday. Catherine to Martin, reinstall an old hard disk drive and laptop, then install BellArc Advisor to grab the Windows key off the hard drive. Okay, that was for getting a Windows key. Reinstall the old hard drive into the laptop, then install, to get the key. But that didn't make sense to me. That whole question about, that whole thing about, yeah, I'm back up here. The computer should have a digital license for a Windows 10 that's based upon the CPU and the motherboard. Swapping hard drives he should still automatically activate for Windows 10. He just has to install the right edition. Is it Home or is it Pro? You shouldn't have to mess with the license key at all. I don't understand why both Zvi and Catherine are saying that. Am I missing something? Because digital license is not dependent on the hard drive or disk drive, storage media. MSATA are different interfaces. But winter mute, M.2 and M-SATA. Yes, I do understand that. They're physically different. And I did save a... Did I save that? Tech Tales, Windows 10. Oh, I had a great... And I lost several of the tabs that I had open. I don't remember. I had to restart Big Beast Build or something. But yeah, I came up with a photo that shows the two side by side, and I knew that they were different. I just don't come across M-SATA often enough that it was on the top of my head. Oh, here it is. I saved it right here. So this link right here shows the two side by side, which is really convenient. The M-SATA has much wider contact points. And let's see, that's solid state drive. Yeah, that's a short. That's what is it? Maybe call it. Normally they are. Oh, geez, my 80, 20. No, 20. Oh, I can't even think of the names right now. But this is the shorter M.2 drive, and then this one's the M-SATA. Right? I think I got those the right way. Ay caramba. Go back to how am I doing? I got 3 minutes. Then Gary had a couple links also about those drives. I think that's what that was. M-SATA cannot be Optane, really? Oh, I thought M-SATA was commonly what is used as Optane. Well, all right. I pasted that in here and I guess didn't even really comprehend what he was saying. M-SATA cannot be Optane. So I'll go back to, again, what is it used for? From Jeff, map OneDrive W to a OneDrive. Okay, here's that link. Oh, that's not a YouTube link. That goes to here, this article. So I'll paste that back into chat if somebody's wanting it. Come over here. Mapping cloud drives. Cloud drives. Yeah, Doug the typist. All right, where was I at? Did I lose my highlight? I did lose my highlight. Okay, I'll go from the bottom up. The auto activation of Windows depend on the right version that was installed before. Yes, you have to be installing. You can use a new drive. If your computer has a digital license for home, then you have to install home, and it instantly, automatically activates. I've done that many, many times. M-SATA is just SATA without the plastic shell. It doesn't make sense because M-SATA is actually a different connector. They won't fit into the same slot. M-SATA on the left, 2230 M.2. That's right, 2230. Usually we're using 2280. It's 2230 on the right side. Alexa, stop. There it is. Time to give it up. I'm going to have to catch up with chat later. You probably mostly have been correcting me. Do you need a smartphone to go on that smart speaker? I'm not going to say her name right now. You need a smartphone or an iPad to configure it. But then once it's configured, you're good to go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream and send you off to Ken Stout's premiere in un momento. There's my email address. If you'd like to send a question you'd like me to respond to by email, then send it to that address. You can also put questions in comments on any video or the chat room. Now, if you have your auto redirect turned on, you will be automatically redirected to Ken Stout. That's this slider switch down here, auto play. If you have that on, then you're about to automatically be redirected to Ken. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, click. I hope that was useful. Goodbye.